Ladies and gentlemen, first-time guest alert.
I had no idea.
Very excited for this one. Guys,
Oh, yeah, you can
Jad Sleiman is here. Goes by Jad S on the awnings. Wonderful comedian. He's got a big show coming up at the World Cafe Live in Philly on March 2nd. You've seen him at Poconos Comedy Festival, Baltimore Comedy Festival, Punchline Philly. He's a former Marine, war correspondent, and EMT. He's an Arab Muslim from West Virginia, so you know that's going to help with the material. And he's just unfortunate. He's just been just had something very interesting and unfortunately very infuriating, as far as I am concerned, happened to him as far as his unfortunately previous job was a show that aired on NPR. Jad, I know you're probably sick of talking about it at this point, but it's mind-boggling if you want to give the viewers a little bit of a synopsis here.
Oh, it's kind of hilarious, dude. I was just so basically I got fired from my stand-up.
Yeah.
These two like white lady execs kind of caught on. I got reels on, Instagram and stuff where I share. Brother, when I tell you I was in a meeting, these ladies, white ladies, of course, called me a racist, bigot, homophobic, anti-Semite, cum slut, ISIS commander. They ran out of shit to call me, dude.
I was gonna say that seems a little out of form for NPR ladies, but this is something that you didn't even use your full name. You didn't talk about work.
And your immediate superiors at work knew that you were a comic.
Yeah, they knew. I mean, I've been doing it a while. It's not something like I hid or anything. And they just really didn't care. I think, if I'm being honest, I think my boss kind of liked my act.
Like also and you had a lot of good there was a great line that you were reading.
Yeah, well, and you said the things that you post online, it's the stuff that goes well. It's the jokes that land, that people find funny. And so you posted on Twitter the question, if I'm so shitty for telling these jokes, what does that make the laughing crowd?
Yeah, Klansmen, I think. That's where I'm performing. I'm somehow, in the city of Philadelphia, I found like the only like KKK anti-Semitic, anti-everybody bars.
Good for you. They're very well hidden over there.
Now, if I may, and I'm sure other people, apparently on Reddit, people have been offering their theories and condolences to you, but I want to offer a conspiracy, if I may. And maybe it's not a conspiracy, but maybe just a train of thought. You were I don't know how recently, but you have MS. You were diagnosed with MS, correct?
God damn, when it rains,
That's right.
Okay.
100%.
So, what if they were looking for a reason to fire you that was not your disability because it's illegal to fire someone for a disability?
I don't know. I don't think they're that clever, honestly.
Truly? Okay.
Dealing with I think they're just like extremists, dude. The thing about guys who like, either right or left, like if you're just very ideological person, you're just not that smart. So I don't think they really thought it through.
Said.
I think they a lot of time, like my stand-up, like, cause I posting it online and, all kind of people saw it from Reddit. I've noticed the type of person that doesn't like my act is the type of person that's like too much of anything. Like if you're too patriotic or too anti-America, you're gonna hate it. Like I have a joke that like, Jews and Muslims message me to say that they love this joke. But if you're too Jewish or too Muslim, all of a sudden I'm either anti-Semitic or a Zionist. It's like it goes either way.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a fun world that we're living in these days, and it's just it's just the 1-2 punch of both of this means that just for revenge purposes only, you have to get your own Netflix special by the end of the year. That is our goal for you.
Well, and also
rub it in their little entitled faces.
What really sucks is like you lost your good health insurance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. I did find out though that apparently MS is like a service-connected illness. I had no idea because mostly like it's, apparently it's like burn pits and shit. So I may be getting some Biden money.
Oh wow,
Fingers crossed.
Oh, that is finally some good news in and just one fucking horrible thing after another. Well, please keep us posted. I mean, I have people like reached out to the local NPR station or anything like that?
Like you are an
protest?
NPR story.
Yeah, basically everybody is pissed. That's the thing, because I've been in media longer than I've been a stand-up, so everybody knows me. And everybody knows I'm like a good guy, so it's like, what the fuck is this? It's just
mind-boggling, and I want them to get as much hate directed their way as possible. But well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm at the very least I'm happy that we can continue to get the word out to fuck these guys over for fucking you over for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I did get one kind of military-themed story to get your thoughts on because I'm sure you saw it while serving as a Marine.
Thank you for your service,
yes,
by the
well,
way.
I guess NPR hates America.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes,
while some Republicans have been blaming the COVID-19 vaccine or wokeness for the Army's recruiting woes, the military service says that the biggest hurdles are more traditional ones. Young people don't want to die for or get injured for their country anymore, or deal with the stress of Army life and put their lives on hold. Major General Alex Fink, head of Army marketing, says that they see us as revered but not relevant in their lives. The Army tries to recover from its worst recruiting year in decades, a situation aggravated by the tight job market. The Army is offering new programs, advertising, and enticements in an effort to change perceptions and reverse the decline. One incentive gives recruiter bonuses of up to $4,500 per quarter if they exceed their baseline enlistment requirements. A pilot program allows young enlisted soldiers, those in the 3 lower ranks, to get a promotion if they refer someone who enlists and goes to basic training. The Army fell about 15,000 soldiers, or 25% short of its 60,000 recruitment goal last year. Based on the surveys, young people simply do not see the Army as a safe place or a good career path and believe that they would have to put their lives and careers on hold if they enlisted. No one really said that there was a wokeness issue, unlike what Republicans in Congress have been complaining about. That's kind of non-existent. What are your thoughts on this? Did you see this while with the Marines? We have a regular on our show, another comic, but also Major Lynette Palladino. She told us something very interesting, that now there are fat camps before basic training, and that a big issue is that people are just too fat to join
She said it's obesity is one of the reasons recruitment is down, as well as the legalization of marijuana.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I think they got it absolutely wrong, dude. We need a war. Why the hell are you going to join the Army if there's no if I don't get to shoot a guy? What's the point?
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
We need a war. What are you going to do? You know, there's a job in the Marine Corps. There's a whole field called admin. These guys, all they do is do paperwork all day.
Wow.
So they do paperwork and they lift weights. So it's just dudes who can't close their arms just shuffling single sheets of paper all day.
Well, see, and then for those that might be worried about getting hurt, that's an option right there. What made you want to enlist?
Well, because I wanted to be a war correspondent, and there's a way to do that where you just work at like newspapers and you like work your way up. It takes like 20 years, or I could just join the Marines and get all kind of like relevant experience right away and hit the ground running. And that's kind of what happened. I've been to a bunch of wars. I've been to 4.
Wow.
What were some of the more hairier situations you found yourself in, either while in Marine or as a war correspondent?
In the Marines, I was pretty safe. I've mostly worked in Africa as a war correspondent. Y'all want to hear the worst thing I ever seen in my life?
Please.
Ooh, yes.
It was in Afghanistan. It was a dude took a shit standing up in the middle of the street. I've never seen anything like it. It was incredible.
Steve, what were you doing there?
Well, and
I had to poop.
Was this like someone who was mentally ill, or is this just something that's done in Afghanistan?
No, it's not commonly done. It was horrific. He was a guy, I think he was probably they got a big heroin problem there.
Oh, yeah, of course, the poppies.
Sure. And he was just, when it hits, when these opioids wear off, dude was just on a street corner. He was wearing pants too. He just split them, still standing, and put like a little piece of cloth over his head. and just took a dump as like the crowds parted around
Oh,
him.
so he had some privacy by covering his face. Yeah.
He had a little curtain.
Yes,
Got
yeah,
it.
very, very tiny bathroom stall he made for himself there.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Well, that kind of makes me want to become a war correspondent.
I was gonna say,
I love talking about poop.
Yeah, she's a big old poop fan, but just hers. She wouldn't be a fan of Afghanistan, guys.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, and like, so when you were still a Marine, did you see new and varied ways where they were trying to get new recruits, or what is it less of an issue when you were there than apparently it is now?
Yeah, were you trying to
be-
get the commission by like recruiting someone?
Yeah.
No, I mean, back then I lucked out. So I joined in 2008. So that's right as the economy exploded. So I just got to skip all of that shit.
That's perfect timing.
Yeah, we didn't have any trouble. I think now it's like, I don't know. There's like the whole point of joining the military. Okay, you get to serve your country, whatever. But you want to blow some stuff up. You want to see cool shit. If there's no war, what's the point? You're just gonna march around.
Shooting balloons in the sky over Canada, I think, is really the only option. Or are they balloons? We're still not sure.
Oh gosh.
But and you've got to now as far as we got really topical stories today, and there's the comic side. You got that Roseanne one.
Well, yeah. Speaking of being canceled or fired from your job, Roseanne Barr accuses Hollywood of a double standard, saying, "I'm the only person who lost everything." In a recent interview with the Los Angeles Times, she compared her cancellation to Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle, calling it a witch burning, saying they didn't do it to anyone else in Hollywood, although they always mention Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. Well, Louis C.K. did lose everything, but he committed an actual offense, and Dave Chappelle was protected by Netflix. I'm the only person who's lost everything, whose life's work was stolen by people who I thought loved me, and there was silence. There was no one in Hollywood really defending me publicly except for Monique, who is a brave, close, dear friend. She added that they denied me the right to apologize. Oh my God, they just hated me so badly. I had never known that they hated me like that. They hate me because I have talent, because I have an opinion. Even though Roseanne became their #1 show, they'd rather not have a #1 show. When they killed my character off, that was a message to me. Knowing that I'm mentally ill or have mental health issues, that they did want me to commit suicide. So that's a bit of an extreme statement there.
She's an extreme person.
She does have a new special coming out, which might actually already be out.
I saw a trailer for that, yes.
On, where is it? I actually don't know. It might be on, maybe she released it herself. I'm not sure. But she says her new special does not hold back. I'm so happy that this is the most offensive in my stand-up that I've ever had the balls to be. That's all from The Hollywood Reporter. So, Roseanne, are you a fan? Do you think that that this really was a witch hunt and she was punished more than deserved?
100%, dude. I feel so bad for this lady because it's everybody's crushing her, dude. Every Trump dog called her like a pig or something, and so the right is kind of shitting on her, and fucking all kind of woke people hate her. What does she do now? Is she supposed to join ISIS?
Yeah.
Like, what's left for someone like Roseanne?
Considering her background, she might have an issue with the ISIS sign up. But excuse me. But and also the other thing too is Louis C.K. is pretty much fine. I mean, he's just sold out at Madison Square Garden. I think multiple times he has done that, but just most recently, he is just everything he does now, he just does it through his site, and he's doing great, I think. And Chappelle doesn't seem to have been too affected.
Yeah. Well, Chappelle never said sorry, right? As far as I know. So I think that also has a lot to do with it too. How he just keeps going. He's just head down, keeps trucking along.
It does seem that we're hopefully, we certainly haven't turned a corner considering what just happened to you, but it does seem at the very least when people are fake offended by stuff, the person that does the offense seems to have a pathway back to a career at this point. I don't, maybe this will happen with Roseanne with her stand-up special. I don't know, but...
Yeah. Well, I think I did read a review, and some people were like, it's funny, but it's not... It's sort of for, like, the old right-wing kind of white audience are the ones who would probably find it funny.
I put her in the same category as Cosby, not for what they did. I certainly don't do that. But I put it in the same category as Cosby, where they're both two quote-unquote legendary comics that I never thought was funny. Forget about the fact that Bill Cosby is one of the great rapers
I think
in our
Cosby
history.
was funny.
I never thought his stand-up was funny. I never heard a punchline. It was just a lot of and Roseanne the same. Her voice kind of annoyed me a little bit too. But even that, I never really thought she never made me laugh. Mm-hmm. I feel horrible for her. I wish this didn't happen to her. But funny, I don't know.
Yeah, and I wonder if. She's saying it's the double standard, but there's something about a tweet, right, that is clear for everyone to see. It's something written down, and we all have the opportunity with our own eyes to look and to judge. Whereas with Louis C.K., it was a matter of people retelling their experiences. So I wonder if the fact that there was maybe a larger audience who potentially felt affected by Roseanne's allegedly racist tweet.
Right.
That's why it's been harder for her to make a comeback.
Yes, and she did, if I recall, blame Ambien. Was it Ambien that she blamed it on for the tweet?
Yeah.
That excuse doesn't work. You should have just said that your entire stand-up was done while you were on Ambien.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, listen, I am quite high for a lot of it, so it's not that far off.
Yeah.
All proper excuses. NPR would probably be okay with that.
They're cool with that.
So I'm definitely not going to watch it for no other reason than, again, I just never thought she was all that funny.
To that point, it's like, should we really work hard on saving someone who maybe, we don't need more of we don't need another special Bobby?
I have Roseanne's explanation here if you want to hear it quick.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Bitch was white!
Okay.
God damn it!
Okay.
I thought the bitch was white!
Wow.
Fuck!
She takes a drag of her cigarette. I love
I
it.
didn't know I knew she liked the weed. I didn't know she smoked cigarettes.
Egregious and unforgivable tweet. I told them I thought Valerie Jarrett was white. About 40 minutes
guess Valerie's
after
kind of a white
that,
name.
my show was canceled before even one advertiser pulled out, and I was labeled a racist. Why, you ask? Well, the answer
Is she reading off a
It's
prompter?
because I voted
Yes.
for Donald Trump, and that is not allowed in Hollywood.
God damn. I'm sold, dude. I want to see her. That's badass.
Yeah, now I'm rethinking
That's kind of
it.
badass.
Now I'm rethinking it.
Yeah, I mean, if only all of our problems could be solved by screaming, "I thought she was white."
It is sort of been it is sort of been underreported though that everyone involved with Roseanne, particularly John Goodman, who would always say such wonderful things about Roseanne, he just didn't miss a beat. They just changed it to the Connors and kept doing the show, no questions asked. Like none of them really.
Well, and I think for a lot of the other cast members, the way they probably reason in their minds that they are doing the right thing is they're thinking about the crew. They don't want the whole crew to lose their jobs.
That's a good excuse.
All of these other people, the show must go on.
Right.
Even if we need to, unfortunately, remove the title character. So, but
Well, thoughts and prayers to Roseanne.
we'll let the market decide. How about that?
God, it's her catchphrase.
Yes.
Do you have another? Well, the Penn Badgley one was good. I like that.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
Actually, it's an eye roller, and it's a little bit Valentine's Daisy.
So, Penn Badgley is now in season 4. I guess it just premiered.
How many
I don't
people
know.
has this guy killed?
Season 4 of the TV show You on Netflix. And he has decided in this season he will no longer film any intimacy scenes, saying that fidelity in his marriage is really important to him. He asked the creator of the show, Sarah Gamble, "Can I just do no more intimacy scenes?" He revealed this in an episode of his Pod Crushed podcast, saying, "This is actually a decision I'd made before I took the show," which I don't understand because this is now season 4.
Right.
As far as I know, I haven't watched it, but as far as I know, he has done intimacy scenes in the show. The actor explained that his marriage to Domino Kirk inspired the career choice, saying, I don't think I've ever mentioned it publicly, but one of the main things was like, do I want to put myself back on a career path where I'm just always the romantic lead? Fidelity in every relationship, and especially my marriage, is really important to me. Do I have a career, though, if I don't do it? Think about every male lead you've loved. Are they kissing someone? Are they doing a lot more than that?
Forget about Roseanne. This guy's the one that's really got it rough.
Yeah.
All
so
that sexing they're making him do.
He was worried because, you know, he signed a contract for this show. He signed up and he said, how much less can you make it? Because I know I signed a contract and certain things are expected of me.
Yeah.
He wanted to go from 100 to 0. And apparently this writer didn't even bat an eye. She was glad he was honest and took his request to heart and to pen. And so there has been a huge reduction, which some people, I'm assuming people are upset. They want to see it. But what's interesting to me as an actor is this idea of his justification for it is wrong. For him to say, I don't just want to be viewed as a romantic lead because fidelity in my marriage is important. You're acting, okay? Like, you're not cheating on your wife if you're kissing another woman, especially these days with intimacy coordinators on set. It's a part of your job. It is what you signed up for. So what I think happened, there was some rockiness in this relationship and maybe an ultimatum was put down by his wife. Maybe he was starting to fall for someone who was a coworker of his, or she was feeling uncomfortable, whatever it might be. That is my guess.
More to the story, huh?
Yes, I think there is a lot that he is not letting on, because to suddenly stop now, why now?
Is he religious? Do we know that?
I don't know. But is this something you like to see in TV shows? Is this something you would miss if it stopped?
I'm outraged. This motherfucker. I'm getting 0 pussy, dude. I'll do the scenes. I'll grow a beard. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, you could be his body double.
Let's fucking go, dude. This coward. I got fired and dumped for my stand-up in the same month, dude. Stand-up is ruining my life.
What a goddamn month!
No, it's terrible.
I can't. Boy, yeah.
I'll take this pen guy's job, dude. I'm down.
No kidding. It's just like, know your audience, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Not to mention the fact that, going back to your acting point, he's also a serial killer on the show, is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shouldn't he be concerned about the victims of the families of serial killers?
As one who's anti-murder, I would like for them to have my character stop with the killing. No, there's no killing. It's a fake show.
I don't hear him arguing for women not exposing their breasts. Is that really necessary to tell a story?
Well, it is. And you can really see the terror in their nipples. And without that, you lose a lot in those scenes. I hope that this guy gets the backlash that he deserves, although I'm sure there'll be many out there that finds it romantic and doesn't see through what's really going on.
Yeah.
Does he show Shaft at all? Do you get to see his piece in the show at all?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. On Netflix, I feel like you don't often see penis. I feel like that's usually an HBO thing.
Yeah, I think across the board you don't, right? I mean, that's still mostly a... We've had very few nude for thoughts where it's a guy.
Yeah.
Mostly because I do that's a little segment we do on nude scenes. Mostly because I'm the one collecting the videos. But he's gonna maybe he won't. Who knows? I'm sure there's people out there that are gonna love this.
Maybe, probably the women who are in relationships might, but you know, I'm sure there are certain male actors who are thinking, well, that's the whole point, so you can cheat on your wife and it's not really cheating.
And God bless the few actors that actually say that in an interview rather than that standard, it's the least romantic thing you could do. There's all these lights and gaffers and key grips, and they all have the same standard response because they know a girlfriend and wife is watching. But every once in a while you'll get the actor that says, yeah, it's awesome. And those are
it also speaks to what he believes, like his definition of intimacy.
I like that, yes.
You know, because women usually let me not speak for all women.
Please do.
But I've heard that women only really mostly care if there's emotions involved, right? Or they care more. They're like, it's really cheating if you love this person.
Yes. Emotional.
You know, emotional cheating, sometimes women are even more pissed about than the physical stuff.
See, and Jad and I are in a situation where we can't even emotionally cheat. And yet this guy is just trying to give him all the Heisman. Well, listen, buddy, we would love to have you back. This was a lot of fun. And again, we got to get you on Netflix before the end of the year, so we have to help with the goal. Give us any plugs, promotions, stuff like that we miss.
Yeah, I got a show this Sunday at the Mass Building in Philadelphia, PA. It's Works in Progress. I have another show this Friday, but I forgot where it is. I'm pretty deeply unsuccessful. Come to World Cafe Live, March 2nd. There's a link on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, guys. Please book me, dude. I'm making no money. Thanks so much.
The fuck out of this guy, just as a big fuck you to NPR, and then enjoy the dulcet tones of his funny set. All of the information's on your Instagram, correct?
That's right.
We got
Jad
that up
Sleiman.
there. Do that. And also, I didn't even ask you what the overall feeling reaction was or property damage after the Super Bowl in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
What was that like?
I have never been so ashamed of a fucking city. I emailed you. That was the truth. What I told you is this city's pussy, and I'm moving back to New York. One, because I don't have a job, and two, I was expecting people to flip cars and shit. Here's all you saw. It was an entire city trudging home in the rain to take a shit. Nobody even littered, dude. It was pathetic.
Well, there's a lot of comedy clubs in New York, my friend. Come on back here.